Uno.
So are we talking like full on death for me here, or are we talking like
you're in death saves right now?
Okay, all right.
So yeah, so
That's a great way to start.
so
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Is he
we're
dead or
starting
mostly dead?
in a bit of a conundrum. Last session, you guys were mid-battle yet again. This battle has gone on for a while in different segments. I don't know if you're tired of it, but I'm having a blast. So you guys were in the middle of fighting. You were fighting the what you guys are referring to as the genie. There's the purple robe dude that showed up that went through a illusory wall.
Okay, I'll go outside.
And everything kind of stopped for a bit as far as the fighting goes, and you figure out what was going on. I know that Nigel went through. Callista ended up going through with some help from Karzas because the genie threw up a wall of water to try to stop everyone from coming back here with some fancy shaped water maneuvers. Karzas was able to kind of give a little hole through there and let Nigel and Callista through before kind of losing the concentration and kind of trapping everyone at separate sides. When you guys went through, you found the standoff. Hey, kiddo. You saying hi? Mwah. All right, come do a quick roll. Which one are you using? I know you like the rainbow one. Rainbow. All right, toss it in the top there. Me or them?
I can't reach.
Okay, here. You roll. Well, I already know you're rolling for them, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. They need a good one.
18.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
And the tooth is gone.
And
It finally came out.
bottoms.
Oh,
Bottoms came out with assistance.
And my the tooth that on the top that went out on its own on Thursday.
Well, with help of ye old toothbrush. Can you close this door, please? Yep. Love you.
Love you, Uncle Chris.
Love you too.
Says he loves you too. Okay. All right. You guys found the standoff between the genie and his purple robe. The giggly purple robe who didn't really speak at all. He had something in his hand. There was kind of a back and forth, and then he smashed his amulet and just continued to grow this whole time. He blasted through the walls, kind of making his way back into the regular area. You guys took him down pretty quickly, but he just continued to grow. His corpse there just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It was pressing up against the walls. There were also like earthquakes and tremors happening that was causing things to kind of collapse in on themselves. Nigel discovered that something that he was holding in his hand was like a fossil. You weren't really sure what, but he tried to go back into the room as this kind of negative dark energy was pouring out to try to place it back in there. He was taking some damage, didn't feel good. He was able to get it back into that section, but when he let loose, it just kind of fell to the ground. So whatever was undone could not be kind of corked back just with kind of placing this up there. As all this was happening, the genie ran back into that room too to try to do something. You saw a wisp of something come out of there and then kind of dive into the back into the treasure hoard. Let's see, you guys before leaving were trying to scoop up some things. I know Callista and Og were just kind of getting some monies. Og found, I think, some candlesticks. Callista found a crook,
Fancy
like kind of a
candlestick.
shepherd's crook, and some what?
Said fancy candlestick.
Fancy candlesticks.
With an unrecognized holy symbol on it, which is always good.
Unrecognized symbol.
Although there's probably a lot of symbols Og doesn't recognize. To be
Yes,
fair.
as Stephen found out that he and Karzas were trying to concoct something to kind of help get things out with a tensor's floating disc and your rope of climbing. And once things started falling down, everyone was like, we need to get out of here. Stephen got his rope back. Nigel decided to take one last looky-loo before joining the group. Found what appeared to be a large-ish urn before he darted. And then it was a mad dash throughout this tunnel to get out of here. Og and Steven were remembering their high school football days and just like dodging and weaving out between these rocks that were falling, just making good time. Breathe in, breathe out. Callista one
Og was
leg
quarterback.
down, was having some problems getting out. Karzas was making pretty good way with his disc floating behind him. And Nigel, unfortunately, had a little more of a difficult time since he was a bit greedy, had a little higher difficulty with things, got pummeled a few times and knocked out. But with the use of a very good luck roll, I think he got a nat 20, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
When we started talking about the disc, he landed straight on the disc as it was moving. Callista dove towards the disc as well, landed on it. It started to go. They thought they were home free, and then Karzas took one to the noggin, went down, and then the disc fell away as well. So that's kind of where we ended. Og, Steven, you guys made it out. Karzas and Nigel fell unconscious. Callista is still conscious, lying with Nigel. And then that is kind of where we are. So before, as you had asked, you are not into fully dead yet, because you guys have your caps of water breathing. You were knocked out with the damage from the falling boulders, so you guys are in death save category territory right now. But you will be rolling for that in a little bit. So I guess I will start. Callista and Nigel, you are on the ground now, just on the floor of this grotto, trying to get out. Karzas is about 20-ish feet ahead of you guys out. Og and Steven, you are outside of the cave, and I think we said Callista had shouted out, called out for help. Okay. All right. So I guess we will, let's start with, because I told you guys to think outside the box. Let's think with the outside of the box thinking first. Are there any ideas that you guys have? So Og, Steven, you hear this kind of echoing as the rumbling and everything's going on. Well, actually, you know what? Og, Steven, perception checks. Let's see if you hear this with everything else going on.
I got an 8.
Oh,
Og got a 16.
okay. Og, yes, Og, I will say you definitely hear it. Steven, things are going on. You're just like, you get outside of the grotto. There's still kind of chaos going on. You guys notice that there are, definitely more bodies because the Arkovian cavalry showed up. They were trying to take out all these other guys that were still there fighting out amongst the cave entrance. Things are still going on. It's starting to dissipate a little bit because things are rumbling. There are like small cracks appearing in the actual ocean floor, kind of splintering out and going from all these different directions out to kind of beyond to north, south, east, west, just kind of cracking from the center point. The origination is most likely where this thing, started coming from.
I kind of hope Goldfish falls into the ocean. Just
So
looking at the
Og.
map, it's like it's right on the edge.
So Og, you definitely hear Callista calling for help. Steven, you're just kind of taking everything in, seeing what's going on. You're distracted by the chaos. But Og, you hear Callista coming from inside. So think about what, if he's going to go straight back in, if both of you guys are going, what's going to go on. Are there any ideas that either Nigel, Callista, Karzas, from looking at, or just imagining things that you might be able to do, conscious or otherwise?
Let me hit up old Mimnock.
Oh yeah, you want to start with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sure. Nigel.
So in my mind, I'm floating in like an astral, like spooky.
Yes, you are in an endless black void, just kind of floating down, not quite in air, not quite in water. You're just there, and it feels like you're falling, but like not fast. You're just kind of there in the ethereal whatever.
Okay.
And you hear it's something that is not unfamiliar to Nigel. He's kind of been in this before. So yeah, you hear just, Nigel, are you having some more difficulty?
Yeah, just like a little bit. So first off, we weirdly enough ran into gas enveloping a room underwater. That was very strange. And now a boulder hit me, and I'm not really able to move anymore. And I kind of want you to, help with that. Or also just like teleport all of us out of this room would be really cool.
That sounds awful, Nigel.
Oh, and get this! Some son of a bitch in the room before completely undid all that nice leg work you did for my friend Callista.
Oh no.
I know.
Who was that? We may have to kill them.
Already did that, so we're good there.
Nigel.
Wait, is he not dead?
Nigel.
Oh.
I see what you see. I know where you are whenever you're there. And you know what happens when you lie to me.
Oh, now, real quickly, is it a lie if I think I'm telling the truth?
Who chopped off Callista's leg? Come on now.
Oh shit. My bad. Kind of got twisted around there.
If we're gonna have just the best working relationship,
hey, you know what? I got a little
when
excited.
you ask and say that you want something or that you need something, then lies. There's no room for lies here.
That's
no,
fair.
I can appreciate that maybe you're not thinking clearly right now.
I am unconscious
because you're actively dying.
Yeah. See. Now we're on the same page here.
I know the book. I know my bookmark is right where you are right now. So
fair.
Now you ask for help.
And
I'm
see,
happy
really,
to help you.
It's helping both of us because if I die, hear me out. If I die, you lose one disciple, and all this work that you've put in would be for naught. So really, help me help you.
To be fair, Memnock should have known what he was getting into.
Oh yeah, this is. Yeah, can I get a persuasion on that one?
Well, not necessarily because he's gonna make you an offer. I mean, patrons are there to help, right? In their own ways, and they may require things. Says, "Oh, Nigel, I'm happy to help you. We've made an agreement, and you're absolutely right. If you're not there anymore, that's a disservice to me. But also, you get yourselves into these situations sometimes, and though I'm very happy to help, it's always reciprocal. So, what are you asking? What kind of help are you needing? Because again, I'm happy to help you, but I have no stake in whoever else you're with. Teleporting everyone, that takes a lot of energy that I may not have to spare.
Okay, so let me.
Oh, who had the last teleport globe? Oh, Callista. Good to know.
Let me just see what's going on here. You know what? Here's what I would like. To not be unconscious right now and have full health.
You would like to be fully healed.
All right, hey, how about like a good quarter, enough to get past all these rocks that keep falling on me?
Okay, I think that can be arranged. Now, about payment.
Fair.
I've got a great idea. I don't need. So before, you've given me things, you've destroyed objects, which I love to see. Your gifts that I've given you, breaking things and hurting things that have needed it. Oh, it makes me so very joyful. But I don't need any more things. I'll tell you what. I'd be happy to give you a quarter tank full, get you out of this situation.
Just get me down the road to where,
Absolutely. Get you somewhere a little safer and less precarious. But, Nigel, one of the reasons I do this, I don't get out much. So how about I help you and you let me have a little fun and give me the wheel for a minute or two.
Somebody
Is
was
this-
watching
well,
Jujutsu
okay.
Kaisen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Now, let's say I kind of let you. Do I get to pick? How many? What are we talking? How much time? And like, do I? Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes at a time of my choosing. That's 2 more minutes than you got now, bud.
Well, Nigel, that's 2 more minutes than you have as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
This is of
Touche.
great benefit to you and of slight amusement to me. I think you're coming out on top with this.
Yeah, let's.
I will take control just as long as it's necessary to be in control.
Okay, you know what? I'm feeling it. Let's sweeten the pot a little bit on your side. I'm giving away complete freedom of my and autonomy with my body here. So just a little, put a little bit of sugar on top for me. Can I roll for that?
What's the sugar? Do you want a little sweet taste in your mouth when you come to?
Yeah, if maybe you could
Oh my God.
unconscious my friend Karzis, and then I think we'll be good to go. Because real quick, table talk wise, that Karzis is the only person knocked out, right? It's me and
Karzis is the only one unconscious.
Okay. All right, yeah. So unconscious me, unconscious Karzis, 3 minutes of your choosing, you can take over my body.
Well, your friend has to accept to the terms as well.
Okay. You know what? Leave Karzis out of this. Just me. and maybe just, you're out of the fuck it,
Just do a group, astral projection call.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just me.
A quarter
Yeah.
tank full, taking your body as long as is required, and getting you to safety.
No, we're doing a time limit on the body thing.
A 3-minute time limit.
Okay, yeah, done.
Wonderful. Done.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So so you guys, Callista, you're down. You're help. Steven, you're taking in the chaos, doing everything on. Og, you hear Callista. What are you doing in this moment? Callista
Okay.
calling for help.
So Og will immediately get Steven's attention. Be like, Og, here's Callista. Like,
What?
Thanks,
They were right behind us.
not
Oh
anymore.
shit! She doesn't have a leg. I completely forgot. Oh no.
You
We
see-
gotta go back. Here.
All right.
Take my rope. You take the end of the rope, and I'll tie this around me, and I'm going in.
Okay. Og got
How
it.
long is your rope?
60 feet.
Okay. So you don't know exactly where they are in there.
Nope.
So just your
And
regular
straight
reasoning,
back
you don't
in.
know if the 50 feet will be enough. So Og may have to, so if you're doing this, if you're trying to get the lifeline, Og will probably have to follow you as well because you don't know how far in they are.
I mean, Og can let the rope play out until he feels like getting taut, and
Okay,
then he can kind of go in farther if need be.
All right. I guess I want to start moving forward then.
You pause.
Well,
You pause yourself.
me?
We'll get to that. Yeah, we're
Okay,
giving
I'm
everyone
sorry,
else a
I'm
chance
sorry,
here. It's okay. And I'm gonna put some flavor on it. It's gonna be great. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. So you guys start making your way back in.
Mhm.
All right. So
Oh.
Steven,
Og
you're
hanging
leading
back
and
as
Og's
much-
behind you with the rope.
Yes.
Og's hanging
Okay.
back as much as he can with the rope.
Okay, cool.
If I pull on
Steven,
it
if you're
4
running,
times, that means I need to keep going.
okay,
Okay.
if you are running back in, I need an athletics check from you.
Okay. Oh no. It's a 17.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. So you make your way in, and I'll say you get to Karzis.
Okay.
Things are still falling around you, so I'm still going to have you do a deck save.
Okay.
to see if you take anything. If you do super duper well, I'll let you even like get Karzus out of the way. So if things are like you like do like a little dive and catch.
Oh man, we're in some trouble, man. Because if I'm so low on health, we have no.
Yeah, I know. August too.
I got nothing.
Nothing.
No room for error.
Okay. All right. That's a 15.
Let me see what the DC was on this because I have it written down. There you go.
Hopefully
Escaping
it's
your out.
15.
There it is. Okay. Okay, falling from rocks is there. So the DC went up from when you initially got out because you were just booking it. So the DC was originally 13.
Okay.
So with and since you're going back in, things are falling a lot more. So I had a number written down to bump it up.
Okay.
That Nigel was rolling for too because he waited a second. So 13. You said you rolled a 16.
No, I rolled a 13. Is it a dex save or just a straight dexterity throw?
Dex save.
Dex save. So that's a 16. Yeah. 13
16.
plus
Oh, because
3.
you have your aura, so you get a nice little bump on
Yeah, I
that
get a
too,
plus
right?
1. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. All right. You needed to get a 16. So I will say that you get yourself out of the way. It's not quite good enough to like dive and get Karzus. Let me just do a nice little D20 luck roll to see how close things are getting to Karzus. Do you want to roll your own luck roll? Do you want me to do it for you?
I can roll it.
We're just rolling a 20.
Yeah.
Hope for high. Just a regular 20.
I got a 13.
I think we should replace that with your
Middling
daughter's
roll.
roll. I think we
Right.
should replace that with your daughter's roll. Just saying.
Well, those aren't the rules for that. I will
Is
say
Nathan
that
or
it's
is
not
Memnock talking.
it's not a very large rock, but I'm still saying that probably Karzus is getting peppered with some stuff. So I'm gonna say I'll keep track of your guys' death saves. Don't worry. Let's see. I'll switch.
Are we
right
gonna
over
know
here.
if it's good or bad, or are you just gonna let us know if like, hey, guess what? You failed.
Well, we
everything,
decided
you're
on the
dead.
death saves, right? That I should do these because it added.
Yeah,
more.
I was just curious because I don't think I ever asked that.
Oh, cool. Will I let you know?
Yeah.
If someone dies, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Or if they become conscious, absolutely. I would
All
be
right.
happy to do that.
That answers my question.
We voted on this. All right. So fail, success. Okay. All right. Karzus is there. So Steven, you dodge out of the way. You are near Karzus. Karzus is getting hit with some rocks. It doesn't look good. Like he is getting hit. Excuse me. He is getting hit.
Okay.
So we'll say that are you going to try to go in deeper, or are you like, I found someone, let's get out, I'll go back in.
I found
if need be.
someone, I'm going.
Okay, I'll say that you're scooping up Karzus. Callista, what are you doing? Because you're just calling for help,
I'm
and
calling
rocks
for
are coming
help.
down around you. Are you
I'm-
attempting? Okay,
Army crawl
Crawling?
forward while kind of praying to Valimora Dace. Oh please, help me.
Okay. throw me a religion check.
Oh, I hate
Throw
it.
religion on me.
It's fine. It's +1. Let's see what happens.
It's a
That's
plus one.
that's a 6. That's a 6.
You're
God is
praying,
not
you're
with you.
shouting, you're like throwing in as much as you can into yourself to awaken something, hear something, communicate somehow. Because I can't remember, have we successfully, you've done it before. You had the dream
Yeah.
when you were unconscious. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know it's
there.
possible because there was a big change that happened after that.
Mhm.
You know, there may have been times before where there was is this real, is it not? But like something definitely happened and you felt that change in you. So you know it's possible, but you haven't mastered or known exactly how to do that. So yeah, you're praying, you're doing everything you can, harnessing any energy, and just nothing. Yeah, you're crawling ahead. You're just getting yourself out and leaving Nigel behind.
God helps those that help themselves. Let's go.
Oh, you got it. Okay. All right, Nigel.
One leg, I can't drag him too.
Okay.
Nigel has an
Conscious,
evil
I say
deity on
hang
his
on to my
side.
tail, but other than that,
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
Les,
Okay,
we
all right,
can't hear
all right.
you.
I love
I
it.
think you might be muted.
All right.
evil,
Can't hear you.
chaotic.
Oh,
Wait.
there it is. Who's chaotic?
Hey,
Heard
yeah, he's
chaotic.
chaotic.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Callista's crawling forward. All right. Callista. Athletics check. Disadvantage.
And we're still underwater,
You're
right?
still underwater.
Why is she crawling if we're underwater?
Good
Legless.
point. Why do I have to walk? Why
I
can't
mean,
swim?
you're still. Again, we had this last time. Try swimming with one leg.
Ugh. I got a tail. It helps.
Yeah.
With
But you
don't-
disadvantage,
With
it's a
disadvantage.
22.
Like a lizard.
Oh,
I got a 19 and
Callista's
18.
making her way through. So
Nice.
as this is going on, Callista's going. She's like not even. It's not the crawl. It's like you're pushing against the bottom, like when you're on the bottom of the pool going. You're like trying to like
Mhm.
get as much purchase as you can to like shove yourself forward. And I mean, you're also a very large tiefling, so you're kind of like thump, doing it again, thump. And Steven, I will say that you probably see Callista like moving her way towards you. Something is moving towards you.
Can we say I'm doing like the inchworm? Like I'm like
Sure.
Sure.
Like a
Absolutely
snake.
do
How
it.
a snake
We'll
swims.
say that, and we'll also say you can do a
I'm
dex save.
snake.
Dex.
Disadvantage dex save.
Who? Me? Her.
No, Callista.
Oh,
that will be a 14.
14. Callista gets. You're getting pelted, not with anything huge. You're just bam, bam, bam as you're going, trying as best you can to hit. You take 5.
Okay.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
But you're making your way. You're doing as best you can with one leg behind, and you're going. Steven, you get Karzus. You're turning around to go.
hmm
Okay.
The fuck, y'all?
I'm a
Steven.
goblin. I'm strong.
Steven, do another athletics for me. I'm gonna raise the difficulty a little bit because you're carrying Karzus.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Even with this added weight, you're going. You're coming through. You still got to dodge.
Thank God for
So
bonuses.
you still got to dodge rocks. So give me
Okay, another deck.
Give me one more deck. Are you? Hang on. Are you shouting anything? Because your rope's around you. Are you asking for assistance from Og? Because you have a package. You have a parcel. Are you telling him
No,
to
I
pull to
think
get the hell out?
I think what he would do is just yell back that I've got cars, or yell it loud enough so I got Karzus and I'm coming. I'll come back for you guys. I got Karzus. I'll be right back. And then I'm gonna start.
And you're
heading
just
out.
running.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me deck save.
Ooh, good deal. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. Again, you've got the ball. You're cradling Karzus. You're as best you can. You're just going through.
Just pushing.
Your eyes
pushing
are
rocks
wide,
as they-
adrenaline's pumping. You're seeing things like fall almost in slower
Spin move.
motion. Exactly. And yeah, I'll say that Steven, you go ahead and emerge with Og. Are you trying to go back in then?
Yep, absolutely. I'm going back
You're
in. for
seeing
Callista.
things fall apart. These fissures and these cracks are getting larger all around you guys. You're going back in?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Og will try to stabilize Karzus. Like he's gonna keep like the rope like wrapped around like one arm, but still try to like stabilize Karzus the best he can. Now
That's a good point.
Steven's brought
Karzus, do me a death save as he's running out with you. He dodged all the rocks, so it's not going to be an automatic anything. A certain number of saves.
Do I just roll d20 for that?
You just roll a 20 and hope that you get a 10 or above.
I got a 9.
Oh,
Well, that is not going to cut it. Og, you're going to try to stabilize, or do you have any healings?
I'm out of healings, but I'll do like a medicine check if I need to try to stabilize.
Yes, you will. You will definitely need to do that, and I will remind you that you do have.
A doctor's.
You have
You
your
are a doctor in some
Thought
sort.
you have your
used
mirror,
it
so you
earlier
can-
today.
You used it. You can still invoke it. You haven't tried to use it multiple times, so you don't know if anything's going to happen, but you can attempt, and that puts it. What I say that puts your intelligence at like a full 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
So-
like that.
And is medicine's intelligence, right, or is it?
Yeah,
Wisdom.
Medicine is
Medicine is
actually
wisdom.
wisdom.
that's dumb.
Well, I mean,
But he's
It
got
makes
a
sense.
little thing.
you
With
can
the
you can
thing.
know how to you can know what is in medicine, but you could be completely dumb about how to give it. Right?
Oh, it's like I know how. I know the picture in my mind, but then everything
I
I
can draw for
looks,
shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Og, you roll your medicine check. Steven and Callista, you roll your athletics checks. Callista, you're still disadvantaged. You're trying to make it in there. Steven, you're going back in. You roll
Okay.
your athletics.
27. That's a natural 20.
You're going. You're getting
I
back in there,
got a
Callista.
14 on his
I'm gonna
medicine
if,
check.
I would assume that a Callista is the closest to me.
Callista is, yeah, she's making her way. You saw something moving, you know what it is. Og, yes, you stabilize. Karzus, you're stabilized. With the 14, you are not
Yay.
actively dying anymore.
Yay.
You're out of death save territory. Callista, you
Yay,
get a
Dr.
5.
Og.
You're going, you're trying to like make your way. Things are falling. Areas are getting blocked off due to all these rocks. Give me another deck save, ma'am.
Another? I already got a 5. Another one? Okay.
That was your athletics to see if you can make things.
Oh, okay. So
Get it.
Dex
So you didn't really
disadvantage.
make as much progress, and you're still gonna do your deck save to see if you get hit with anything.
That'll be a 8.
That's 4 damage. I rolled lower this
Oh.
time.
Could
Okay.
Steven like feasibly like if he wanted to go farther in after getting to Callista, could he like just like give her the
Run
rope or
past
like
Callista.
not run past her, but like stop at Callista, like give her the rope, like wrap
I
it
was
around one of her
actually
arms or
going
something?
to ask
Yeah.
that when I had a moment if I could. I was going to talk to Callista and see if she'd be able to take the rope.
Okay.
It's
I
feasibly,
so
like,
Callista.
I
I
could
don't have my
possibly
weights.
Alright.
drag all of y'all out of there if you got knocked out and
Alright,
but you were
Callista-
attached to the rope.
Callista had a little more damage. She's getting pummeled with stuff. Callista, as you're seeing all of these, the pathway kind of get narrower, and like it's because when you guys came in, it was just an open tunnel. Now
Mhm.
things are falling. You know, you're gonna have to either bob and weave through, or it's just like getting packed down. There's enough rocks on the floor that you may have to like go over something now, and you're just wondering like how in the nine hells am I going to get out of here? And then you see kind of a glimmer of off of armor and something running at you, and Steven is making his way towards you. And I'll say with his athletics check, with you making your way a little bit further in on your last one, that you pass, that you guys kind of come to each other. So Steven, you see Callista on the ground trying to worm her way through, getting just like smack, like having a harder time, getting smacked with some more rocks,
Mhm.
you know, just doing what she can to survive and get out. So
Right.
you get up to her.
All right, Callista, you grab a hold of the rope and guide yourself out. Og's got the other end. Is Nigel still back there?
Nigel's back there. Go get him. I
I
couldn't
got
get
it.
him.
Go, just get yourself out as best you can. I'll try and help you on the way back if I can.
Get the rope
Okay.
in my
I'm gonna-
teeth and keep going.
Okay, so how do you give her the rope, because it is attached to you?
I give her like the loose end so she can follow the trail behind me.
Were you just holding on to it, or was it like actively tied around you?
I had it. I assumed he had it tied to like his waist, like a loop, like a slip knot kind of thing. So if I
Okay, both of you guys do a if you're taking the time to like try to untie it and
I'm
like
not.
get it attached to her
I'm
somehow.
just grabbing the
I'm
tail
giving-
end. Like
like
he's
there's a tail
his
behind
tail.
me.
Yeah,
And
she's
gonna
just
grab-
grabbing the part
I'm
behind
gonna
him.
keep
Oh, okay.
going.
I thought you were trying to like.
It's like a line.
Okay.
No, it's
gonna
still attached
follow-
to him.
At least that's way she's got a guide out. She can still pull on Og, and I can keep going as far as the rope will allow me to.
Okay, gotcha.
And hopefully, I can get to Nigel before I run out of rope.
Okay, Callista,
Or
do your
HP.
athletics with it just a straight throw. Having the rope, that'll give you your advantage. It'll cancel out your disadvantage. So you're just trying to like horizontal do like a rope climb
It'll be an
to get
11.
the hell out. Steven, and you do an athletics to try to get back a little further.
Ooh, that's a 15.
15. What was the original on that? That is, oh, you came out and you're coming back in now. Rocks are falling. The way that you came back in here was even more difficult, and you haven't even gone further back than when you initially found Karzus. So you don't have a better idea of where you need to go, so you're just trying to make it through. You're having a harder time. You don't advance as far as you did before. Callista,
Okay.
what was yours?
That was I already forgot. 11.
11. Even with the rope, you're trying to go, and it's just like either Og is on the other end trying to stabilize Karzas, so there's a little bit of resistance there, but it's not like someone is like, it's super taut, so you're able to like really make a whole lot of weight. You're making distance and you're getting your way there, but it's just taking quite a while. Both of you guys deck saves again for me. Callista, I'll let this just be a straight roll. You're not gonna
thank
have
God.
disadvantage again.
That's a 19.
Okay, Steven, you're good. You're making your way through, but it's still 8. Okay. Callista, 4 damage. 4 bludgeoning damage. Steven, as you're going back there, do me a perception check. And Og, I'll say that you stabilize Karzas, you good to go. You start to feel like some little like tugging stuff on the rope. You don't know if it's
Okay.
Steven, you don't know kind of what's going on, but something is actively like,
Yeah,
slack and then it's
pulling a
taut,
little
slack
bit.
and taut, slack and taut. So
Okay.
if you decide to pull, you are welcome to do that.
I'll wait a minute before, trying to just reel the rope in, because he's waiting for the rope to either like somebody be yanking on it a lot, or for it to just go completely like limp
Gotcha.
before he
All
pulls back.
I got a 14.
Steven, what is a
14,
what?
14 perception.
14. Okay. Steven, you're going back, you're trying to make your way through all these rocks. Like it's dark, you have your dark vision, but it's even like it's harder to see because there are all these obstacles now, which was once in this large tunnel. As you're going back, so what is back there, it was all the treasure. There were bad dudes back there. The guy in the purple robe, Nigel's back there. The guy was getting larger, but you also know there was this weird energy coming out of the wall and kind of permeating into everything.
Mhm.
You were outside, there were these cracks and fissures opening up. So you like, who the hell knows what's going on? You're just trying to get your friends. As you're going back there, you see something in the distance that is coming towards you at pretty decent speed. You can't tell what it is, but it looks to have some something kind of enveloped around it, right? It's not something physical. There's just some sort of like aura or something that is around this thing that is coming straight towards you.
Okay.
You don't know if it's friend or foe. You with that 14, you just know that there is a mass of something hurtling towards you at a decent speed that has some sort of energy to it.
Okay. I wanted to do before all this, maybe as he's seeing this, he's in the middle of a prayer to Helm.
Okay.
Do a religion check to see if I can pray for guidance or
Go
just
for it.
overall help to help me find Nigel to help protect my friends.
Gotcha.
Oh, sweet. That's a 25. Roll a
Oh,
natural
hell.
19.
All right.
This dice is rolling rocks.
You get a very pretty clear feeling that that whatever is coming at you is not good.
Oh, great.
It is not something friendly. It is something that has a very kind of negative, evil demeanor to it. And you just hear like in the back of your head, like not clear words like you did in like other prayers or dreams, but just like a general, like very clear message of warning and caution, and perhaps even defense.
Okay. I'm going to shit. He's stuck. He's got to find Nigel. He's got to bear down. I'm gonna pull out my shield and just brace for I want to keep going. I gotta find Nigel. So he's like, whatever happens.
So you're just taking your shield out and holding a defensive stance?
Yeah. Kind of
Okay.
if I can try to like tuck behind, if I can find like a big boulder to try and kind of tuck behind, maybe so that I can stay out of sight a little bit, maybe get a better view at it before it sees me.
Yeah, there are some rocks that have fallen. They're decent size. They're not like gigantic. One would probably give you decent cover where you are next to, but it would not fully hide you.
That's
So
fine.
if you want to kind of like get behind that, you're
I want
welcome
to try and tug behind it, maybe do a better. It's like I said, see if I can see what it is before it sees me.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. So you tuck back, you're waiting. This thing is getting closer. As it's getting closer, you can't quite tell what it is. It just looks like a mass of darkness that is shooting at you. As it gets closer, you see that it has like appendages that are coming out from it. You see 2, and as it gets closer, you see 4, and as it gets closer, you see about 8, and as it gets closer, you see about 12. It's just all this stuff that is kind of like shooting out of it and kind of swirling and flailing a little bit as it gets closer to you, closer, and in the next second, it's going to be like right on top of you. Do you do anything, or are you waiting?
I'm gonna have to wait.
You're just gonna wait. Okay.
I know Nigel's. I know I can't see. Can I see Nigel yet?
You cannot see Nigel.
Okay, well then I
You
gotta.
cannot see Nigel. Your gaze with everything that's going on with you, your gaze is probably fixated on this thing with the messages that you got. So it is getting closer to you, and as it comes close to you again, it is just this like almost ball or form of darkness that is coming, and there are just all these tendrils that are kind of like flailing around off of it, not necessarily like reaching out or destroying or like grabbing at anything. They're just kind of like like flying off it. As it goes over you, you feel something grab onto your armor, like kind of try to wrap underneath your arms and under your armpits, and it is trying to pull you.
Pull me.
It is trying to pull you.
No, I am going to. Well, can I do a perception and see if I can tell what the hell it is?
I will. I mean, it's right there. I've given you the description of it. If you just like even stare at it harder, that's like what you see. I guess the biggest thing is, are you going to resist this as it's pulling?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, go for it.
What am I doing? Strength?
Yeah, it's gonna be an opposed athletics.
Opposed athletics. That would be a 26.
Okay. It is latched onto you. It is pulling. You don't like come off your feet or anything. Somehow you just plant your fucking toes in the sand, and it is like dragging you. Like you didn't take it to a standstill, but it is slowly dragging you backwards.
Christ.
Fuck. Is it dragging him back
it's dragging me
towards
back
the entrance?
towards the
It's
entrance.
dragging you towards the entrance.
Yeah, just let it drag you, and then you deal with it when you're up there.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go back. I'm gonna ding on the rope, like ding 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 ding.
Okay.
So that I can.
You let go. You let the rope loose, and Callista has it.
No, it's tied to his
No,
waist, and I'm
it's tied to
hanging
his
onto the
waist.
tail. It's still tied to him. We talked about this.
Okay. You had said slip knot, you let it loose, and like she was hanging on.
If I need to let it loose, I said it's a slip knot. It's not like a.
All right. Well, this is something different then. Because again, you've only got 50 feet of this rope. If you were continuing on and Callista was trying to use it to go through and Og was stabilizing Karzis, he let go of that rope, right?
No, nobody let go of the rope.
Imagine you grab a rope and walk 50 feet that way, and somebody meets you in the middle and grabs onto that rope, and it's still attached to that person, and it's still attached to that person.
Correct. Og is outside. Yes,
and she
Og
can
is
use
outside.
that rope to pull herself while I still go that way.
Is he?
All he
is
has to do
he-
is like tuck it in his belt or hold
Okay,
it in
well
his
then
armpit.
I'll do this. So it was tied to Og and it was slip knotted to you. Yeah, I will say then you got to a certain point where you couldn't move anymore because it was tied onto Og. You kept going back trying to get Nigel. I thought you had loosened it and given it to Callista so she could go.
No, it's still tied to him, and I'm just hanging onto the tail in between the two tug of people.
Okay,
The two people tug
so-
of war.
But well, then we'll back up for a second. You got to the point, Stephen, where you couldn't go anymore because that rope had reached its limit. Would you have let loose to go after Nigel.
You know what? Actually, I would now that Karzis is
That was a
out, and I
miscommunication
know that-
between everything going
yeah,
on. I'm
now
sorry.
that I
Hmm.
know that Karzis is out and he's
Mhm.
dealing with her,
Mm-hmm.
and Callista is on her way out, yeah, I probably would have.
Okay. All right.
Let
Because
it
that's not going to affect. She still has that if it's tied to Og, she still has that resistance to pull. Again, because that was 50 feet. Nigel would have been further back to do that. I thought you had loosed it and given it to her. I'm sorry. Okay. So this thing is, yes, steadily pulling you towards the entrance. Are you still fighting against it? Are you trying to get further in?
Can I look around again while this is all happening to see if I see Nigel?
Go for it.
I mean,
yeah, you can do perception and try to look further down.
17.
You can't tell.
Shit.
You can't tell.
I guess I don't know. He's fixated, like he's got this thing all over him, and he's trying to find his friend, and he can't recognize it. He knows that's not Nigel, or from what he can tell, that's not Nigel. And now it's heading out towards his other friends. It's kind of like I don't know. I kind of want to roll for it and see what he does.
Just leave it to the dice.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a D100.
That's what I do so many times. Where if it's like, who's this gonna
Bad
hit?
decision.
Would this happen? Is someone dead or not? I just roll.
Oh
just
god, I
throw
remember
it in there.
one of my friends would roll a D20 in college to see if he was going to go to class or not that day.
Oh my
Sometimes.
god.
I rolled a D100 and I got a 13.
All right. So what does that mean?
So he's going to head with the beast.
The darkness.
The darkness.
All right. You can't see Nigel. You're just gonna let it happen.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
more of I can't see Nigel, and now I've got one friend with a leg on her way out. Another two are out there already, and it's like I'm in between a rock and a hard place, in between a monster and a rope.
Okay. All right. This thing. So you make a split-second decision to save yourself essentially and let this thing take you. You've done what you can. Do you say anything as you're being dragged towards the entrance?
Sorry, Nigel.
He kind of like I guess he would yell ahead, and if anybody can hear me, there's something's got me. And
Okay. Yeah, you get dragged out that way. You get like it's going very fast, and you just get like you're like so for a second, and essentially you just kind of let it happen. And you just and it just goes like straight out. And I will say, right as Callista, you're using this rope to like get out of the entrance. You see the exit. You see Og with Karzis, a little further away. You're going with this, now resistance. You're able to get yourself a little bit more momentum as you're pulling yourself and kind of going through the water. Keeping everything really close, trying to be aerodynamic in the water. And you make it out, and you get to Og, and you hear as things are going. You look back, like where's Nigel? Where's Nigel? Where's Steven? His Karzis okay? And you hear from the inside, has me, and it's just getting louder. And you guys turn around. Karzis, you're still unconscious, but you turn around and you see this just kind of glob of kind of black, almost glittery energy almost just dart out, and it's got Steven in tow around him, and it's just pulling him, and he's just at this point just kind of like and it comes out towards you guys and lets loose of Steven, and you just hit on the ground, kind of skitter back towards your friends, and this thing goes up and kind of whirls around a little bit. I feel like I'm doing a lasso right now, like I'm calling for the DDT, but it just comes up and like does a couple swirls around you guys and kind of does like really that thing where it's like going really big circles and then it goes like really small and it just stays in place and just kind of swirls around a little bit. And it's just right above you guys, and you guys are sitting there watching it. And as it's swirling, all these tentacles are just like going around, and it just as it kind of slows down a little bit, it starts to kind of come together a little bit more instead of this big glob, and starts to take a form and lower down a little bit. And as it gets closer to you guys and gets down to the floor, and you guys are still kind of like looking around, like what's going on with all these cracks and things, assessing the situation, but still like keeping your eyes on this thing. It starts to come into form, get a little bit smaller. The tentacles start to kind of like come inside and kind of recede back into itself. And it starts to gain a face, and it starts to gain a body. And Mononoke,
Yeah.
in the forest. So you guys are watching this thing kind of come into its form, wondering what the hell is this guy's like, looking forward, wondering about Nigel, everything going on. And it gains eyes, it gains legs, it gains arms, and it looks down at you guys. And as the face comes together, it is kind of oval in shape, and it starts to just kind of go out a bit. And it looks directly at you, Stephen, with these eyes glowing, kind of a purplish, strange hue and energy. And it looks down at you, Stephen, and it says, "Oh, you were real close. Like, just really right there. I mean, good effort, really. But, we got it covered. So, man, this was fun. And I'll see you guys later." And as he does just like all of that energy around him, just kind of like just kind of crackles all around him. And it's just like in a split second with all like this purple energy, like going through all the lines, just like kind of shakes for a little bit and explodes out. And Nigel is there, and he lowers down the rest of the way and just kind of lands on the ground. Nigel, you had this talk with him, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, done." And you feel like a rocket just being like fucking shot out of this whatever darkness is in that you were in, just rocketing straight to the surface. And as soon as you like break impact, you open your eyes in the real world, and you are just like on the sand in front of all your friends. Callista, like rope around here. They're all looking like, what the fuck is it? Karzus is knocked out, and you're just standing there. And they're all out of the cave with like, tremors happening, fissures happening, chaos still kind of around you, but you're out and with your friends somehow.
Og goes, "Bye, Nigel's imaginary friend."
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
So like, I did it again, but
Oh, Christ. Helm.
But hey, this one was a good one. Like, worst case scenario, he maybe takes over my body for like 3 minutes. Y'all got 3 minutes. You could handle like an elder god for 3 minutes. It'll be fine. Hey,
apparently I didn't know what the hell that was. I was looking for you, and
while like Nigel's like waving his arms around and like talking about how smart he is, he just slowly walks over to Karzus and dumps a greater healing potion into his mouth.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll that. I'm gonna use the facilities, and you guys can chat for a minute, and I'll come and let you know what's going on around you.
Let me see.
Yeah, I liked how there was a plot point in Adventure Time that was somewhat reminiscent of this, where you find out the Wizard King's little like pet penguin Gunther is actually like an elder god that was compressed into like a penguin form. And at one point he like hurts himself, and the elder god starts leaking out again.
Okay, Karzus, take 3, 5.
So that was what the picture
7
I posted in chat was from.
Yeah.
11, 15 hit points.
15.
Do you need a potion too?
I'm at 20, so like I'm okay.
I'm at 4. Og is at 2.
I have an extra potion of healing. It's just a regular though, so I can give that to you, Stephen. And Og, you also are low too?
Og is at 2.
All right, I'll give you both one. It's gonna be great.
Hey, so like, have y'all ever seen like stars and shit? So I was like, imagine like wet stars, that like a wet star field glitter thing. I was talking to Mimnock in like a wet glitter star field. It was neat.
9.
Ooh, 9 hit points.
We both get 9.
Well, that's someone. That's 1. 9, and then the other guy gets 8.
All right, I'll take the 8. You take the 9.
Okay. I'm gonna use the restroom too, real quick. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that was
Oh yeah.
what was happening, but my character didn't know that.
No.
Steven didn't know that. I did, or I had a hunch, but I'm like, you can't like know it.
True.
I heard there was healing happening. Cars, you're awake now.
Yeah, I'm awake.
All right. So you guys are collecting yourselves. You did so shit's still going down. Like tremors are still going. The like fissures and the cracks that are around you guys are steadily getting bigger. And they
Where the
are
hell is
continuing to
Orange?
go off in all these places, huh?
Is Orange showed back up?
You
don't
don't know.
think he
So
would-
everyone
We're looking
do a
for whoever
perception
was
check
supposed to
for
bring
me.
that fucking trident here to close these doors.
I still don't necessarily know what we accomplished in there. So there's that.
Nothing. We almost
Okay.
died. That's all we did was almost die. We need to get.
I
that-
did stab that one guy in the eye real fine.
That was
so
good.
that was
Let's
fun.
somebody give me a hand shutting these doors. See if we can shut it a little bit. That thing's still in there. That
Oh,
big
hey,
thing
Nathan.
that's the smoke and the ink or whatever the hell it was.
From where we're at, can I see any treasure or anything?
Oh, all the treasure was inside.
Hmm.
You did your pass. You could have done another, but you decided to get out.
Okay.
If you had waited to do another one, the difficulty would have been higher.
But like 30, nothing in 30 feet is what you're telling me right now.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just
try-
I'm just asking. Can I see in like 30 feet of me? Can I see some treasure?
I mean, there are bodies and things around you, like aquatic sea animals and
I don't know.
and
I want to loot
tritons
something.
and-
Is there something dead near me that I could loot?
There's lots of dead stuff around, man.
All right, here, I'm gonna-
absolutely.
Here, let's.
There's
While
tons of
everybody's
stuff. There
peeing.
are some,
All right.
there were some of these deep scions, there were some of these merfolk, there were some of these hooligan, there were
All
some
right.
tritons, there's all kinds of crap.
All right, I got a 15 for my investigations of just kind of feeling it out of like what I should loot. So
You know
I
what?
got-
I'll give you a minor healing potion. I'll just give you a straight up regular healing potion.
Thank you. That's
You're
fine.
welcome.
I drink it.
You chug that just right on down. And you
Are y'all
and
looting some of the
he
corpses
was
out
true
on
to
the,
his
uh,
word. You got a quarter of your
Nice.
hit points back.
Yeehaw. All right.
So
Okay,
Could
so
I-
everyone throw a well, unless there's something else you want to do really quick. I was just gonna say everyone throw me a perception. You're all out,
That's
you're all unconscious now, and you can look around and try to assess. All you know is that the grotto is coming down. These tremors are not stopping. There are cracks in the ocean floor and fissures getting larger and like things are not good. Like there's sand
In
and
that
silt being
dire
shook up
situation,
because
he's
all
not
this
going to worry
crap
about
going
the
on.
doors. He's just
I'll
gonna.
critically
I got a
fail this
16,
perception roll.
and
So
Oh, did
no.
Callista.
I got a 1.
Same.
Oh,
Aug's too
Nigel
busy
got a
hugging
10.
Nigel.
August is a good time to
August-
take a nap.
Aug's too busy hugging Nigel. All right, 10 for Nigel. What else?
I got a
Crit
15.
fail.
15. I heard crit fail.
16.
16. Okay. Karzis, you almost died. So I
Mhm.
think you're probably just hyperventilating, rubbing the coral
Yeah.
embedded in your face a little bit for, I don't know if it's comfort or trying to like awaken something in
Yeah.
it. Callista, Steven, you guys are looking around trying to figure out what to do. You can see there are a decent amount of like tritons that are still like kind of circling around, but they're like getting the fuck out of Dodge. Presumably maybe trying to get back to Arcove, like kind of that cautious retreat where like some people are going, there's that front line, as soon as they're gone, they're turning around. There's more like, they're kind of doing it staged. Steven, so you see that headed back like to the east from where you guys came, that is kind of where Arcove is going. You do see some of the cracks and things. Again, they're going in all these different directions. There are some that are headed that direction as well. And as you are turning around to see, because what else was out here, right? There were sharks, there were Sahuagin, there were all these like semi-evil or even just confused or different undersea creatures that maybe were tricked or asked to aid and all these things. And you're looking around for, again, what else was out here? There were some purple robes. So as you're going around, you're looking for all this stuff. You see, I will say you see two things. One, so there's all of this stuff coming down. Like, Steven, you asked about the doors. Do we close these doors? Like, this thing is coming down. Like, it's almost like imploding or just like going onto itself. I would say intuitively, you would say like if the tremors and earthquakes are the epicenter was like in the middle of this thing, it may be opening up from there. Everything is falling in, and that's where these cracks and things are happening from and kind of coming out from. So you see that going down, that's throwing up a bunch of like just dust and silt and sand. You see a couple of kind of black pillars of what appears to be smoke just shoot towards the surface. And I'll give it to both you guys. You rolled 15 and 16. It's about the same thing. As you're looking around through kind of some of the waves of silt and dirt and everything that's going through, you catch sight of one figure that is a decent ways away from you guys towards the west, but just something happens where like everything kind of parts right away and you see what you would expect. There's purple robe figure, there's a mask with all those, it's the same one you've seen a couple times now. It's all the mouths that are kind of like receding in on themselves. It's the dude that you saw in Nigel's cart outside of the bandit lair. And he's just looking in your direction. And he is just standing there for a second, clearly seeing you see him, and he just puts his hand up and gives you one of these. And then the energy swirls around him, and he shoots towards the surface as well. So you are in a decently precarious area, like earthquakes, things going down, the ocean floor is splitting. I will say as well, Callista, Stephen, as you guys are trying to figure out what to do and you're looking down, as these cracks are getting larger, you are seeing as you're looking down into the cracks, there is a, like it's darker down there. Like you're at the ocean floor, things are dark, you have your dark vision, but as you're looking down in there, you can't see anything after a certain point, and it looks like it's getting closer to the surface of the cracks. So whether it is some sort of energy that's down there is coming, some sort of darkness is down there coming up, you cannot see through it. So whether that's magical or otherwise, there is something coming up, starting to come up from out of these cracks.
Og thinks we should use the teleportation sphere.
We should get out of here. Carlos, do you want to come with us? Because we're about to go.
Yeah, that would be.
They got their
What did
trident.
we accomplish here?
It doesn't
They got
matter.
their trident back.
It
That's
doesn't
all that we
matter.
need.
We're done.
We
We're
can
done.
analyze the
Smash,
data later.
and we're out.
Smash,
I'm pretty sure we made it work.
Nash,
We're done.
where are you going?
Barkhollow.
Where in Barkhollow?
A little
Outside the gate.
the city.
outside of
the
town.
gate. Somewhere that some nice rolling hills, so that way the water drains down the hill and not into the city, like downhill slope of the outside.
How far away from Barkhollow? Like how far outside?
Let's say a mile.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mile outside of Barkhollow.
Mile downhill slope.
collect
Downhill
ourselves
slope
a bit.
away from Barkhollow.
Okay, cool. So so Callista brings out the orb. You guys know what to expect. Karzus, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's very interesting. I don't know. Callista smashes it into the fucking ground, and a portal just opens up, like almost like a teleportation circle. And just like what happened before, there is an instant just suction through this portal because all the water is trying to get through there. Callista, Nigel, Og, Stephen, I'm sure you're not trying to fight it at all. You're just
Not
kind of
this
like
time.
just like putting your arms out and falling into it like
just
it's
like,
like it's a
take
bed.
Take me now.
Karzus, you just feel this circle of energy pulling you towards it. Do you let it happen? You see your friends just let it happen. Are you letting it happen, or are you like, what the fuck's going on here?
I'm nervous, but I'm not gonna fight against it. I'm just gonna be like, we're going in, and then just
She
Okay,
invited me, so I can go, right?
Karzus, you guys get sucked through. Karzus, you're the last one to go through. I will say the last thing before you enter through this thing is you're looking through, you're seeing the grotto collapse, you're seeing all of these different bodies on the ocean floor. There was like the shark that was gigantified. You see the friggin' crab that was gigantified, like the body is there, all these things. And you kind of like come to yourself again and you realize, was it because I almost died? What am I doing? And the last thing that goes through your head before you get sucked through is like the samples, and you just get ejected out of the portal. And you guys just like kind of skid across the ground of this field, and almost are still getting pushed by this water. You come to, all you guys stand up. Karzus, you get up and you like find your feet and stand up, and this portal is still active, and it is just geysering water out of, just shooting it out into this field, just like hundreds of thousands of gallons, because you opened up a friggin' open portal on the ocean floor for the second time in this campaign, and it is just like a friggin' fire hose, just like getting all this stuff out. And as you are watching this happen, and as the guys are like continues to go through, it's clear enough and the pressure is high enough that you can still kind of see through the portal and what is happening. And as everything is going in, as the cracks get bigger, and as the portal starts to kind of shrink down and you're looking through, you see there is almost, it's like a light coming out of the cracks, but it's not a light, because you look down and you saw it was just complete black and darkness. But it is so intensely dark and permeating that it's almost like a light is coming out of it, like it's that different and intense. And as it is coming up out of it, you also see kind of like a pulsating in this energy, and you see similarly like things reaching out, grabbing bodies, grabbing like stones and things like that, like tendrils and things coming through, grabbing the stuff and pulling it back in, down into it. But it's not just like, okay, I have this now, I have this now. It's just a constant like whoosh, like bringing it through, whoosh, just like grabbing all the stuff and pulling it into it. And then the portal goes away, and you guys are once again wet, filled with mud and grass and all this stuff, about a mile outside of Barkhollow. But you guys are intact, alive, and you survived our cove once again.
So do you,
did we-
do you guys
did we
think
drag
that our cove is gonna help us still?
Yeah, no, we burnt that bridge, but
Did we
Safe to say-
did we suck any like bodies back with us or anything like that? Or was it just the 5 bucks?
That's
The thief-
a good
the thief wants
question.
Calamari, maybe.
I'll give you, what is that? 2 bodies came through.
Okay, let's search those bodies.
I will say it was, yeah, this will be more fun. Let's,
I'll
well, no,
assist.
let's say, hang on.
Okay,
So,
if I got an
da-da.
assist, I got a 19 on investigation. So
Okay, I'm trying to see what came through here. And
oh, excuse me, 17.
oh, you guys. All right, here we go. 2 bodies. What are they? There's one of these, like one of those guys that had like the big, like underwater people had like the big gaping maws and like the fucking like almost like spiky dreadlocks that came off their body.
Oh, like Kid
off their head.
Fisto.
Like what?
Like Kid Fisto.
Yeah,
Kid
from Star
Fisto.
Wars.
Yeah, Kid
Oh.
Fisto.
Sure.
God damn it.
And then
I got it.
a Triton soldier's body comes through.
All right.
And you got a 19.
Yeah.
I will say there is there's weird like kind of coral-ish discs that are on the deep Scion that are definitely like ornate. Like there's a intentional decoration that was put on them, and they have just like regular weapons like daggers and things like that, but made from rock and thing under the sea. The Triton has some stuff that is actually like metal, steel, probably due to trading and things from people from the surface. And then well, let me see how well he has anything here. Let's see. 69.
Does Karzus know the Triton that got pulled through with us?
Well, let's see.
Not Steve.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. That was a 15 for recognition out of 100. You don't know. I mean, Karzus, you can think you know. Yeah, you guys find like a nice short sword. And I'll throw you another healing potion. It seems like something that would be on them at all times. So you guys are a mile outside Barkhollow.
Hey guys, so Cars, if you want to, you can sample up these guys here real quick. Seeing how we are right outside our so-called home base, and we did just flood another plane, maybe we should, to lessen the overall fuck these guys appeal that we seemingly have. How about we bury these bodies, get a nice little rest, and then head over to Barkhollow?
I would love that. I
That
would
sounds
love
like
to
a
get
brilliant
nice little
idea.
campy camp.
Yeah,
Under the
you don't have a
stars.
leg, so maybe find you some sort of hobble stick.
Oh,
And-
can you just carry me? I would like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
I guess we do that.
So you guys are just gonna try to sleep in
We're
this
gonna,
field?
Well, we're gonna bury the bodies.
we're
and
gonna bury
then,
the
like,
bodies, and I guess let Karzis get whatever
Okay.
he needs.
Do you guys have any like camping equipment and stuff or sleeping equipment? Because all the stuff that you guys would normally use was in the cart.
Art.
And when you guys got let's
Og
rewind a
probably
little
has
bit
the-
and go through the past couple days. You guys were in Best Bluff. You escaped from the prison. You had like the stuff on you. You went to find the cart. Cart wasn't there. You found the hot spring with your big old orc friend, your new kobold friend, and Cracticus, and decided we're gonna sleep. Got attacked by were-rats. Found out Nigel was a lichen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that we
Killed them.
several
went
of the
down
rest
the
of us were
coast.
bit as well.
Exactly. Some of you were bit as well. So, we got more days to figure out if that's going to happen. You went down the coast, called Captain Jenny, right? Captain Sarah.
Captain
I'm
Sarah.
sorry, Captain Sarah. Hitched a ride on the boat.
By the way, where's
Had a
Orin?
rest
Did he
on that.
die?
Huh?
Did Orin die somewhere?
You have
No,
no
we
idea.
abandoned him.
You have
Yeah.
no clue.
That's
I
cool.
don't think Orin
You
went. to
said
the
we're
cave.
getting out of here
He never
transport
came
load.
in. Yeah.
You have no idea what happened to Orin. So went on the boat for like a day or so, went straight over where our cove was, met a nice little goblin friend who Stephen befriended and asked him to punch him in the face, dove down and did all the stuff underwater again. So I don't think you guys probably had any camping equipment. So
Og has a bedroll, and that's all.
Yeah.
so
You
it's
know-
a mile to Ark.
Okay, fine.
It's
We
a
go back
mile to Barkhollow. Jesus. So you
What
could
time of day
go
is
that
it?
way. That's a fantastic question.
That actually.
You guys, it is a great question. You guys went underwater, went to Arco, went through the thing, had a big old battle. I'll say it's probably dusk, like not full on nighttime, because I think when you were on Captain Sarah's boat, you went around, and went and like made it there because you did a rest, and I think it was like midday when you went down.
I'll drop buddies from my bag of tricks and tell them to guard us while we sleep on the ground.
Why don't we just all ride your buddies into town?
I mean, it might be an owl. I don't know. We can try.
Oh, I can do this too. Let's see here.
It's a mile we can walk.
Yeah, let's just walk.
Also, Karzis,
Well,
how are you
We're supposed to
doing
be sleeping in the
over
lake.
there?
I-
Because
we're not
this is
associated
your
with
first experience.
Yeah. Cars just
Yeah.
can
On
breathe
the
air, right?
surface. Are
Yes.
you like flopping around like in Luca the first time he gets on land, like trying to figure out how to walk? And you're just
I feel like
like
I feel like he knows how to walk, but Karzis is just kind of like, he's like, okay,
Getting
let
his
me, and
land
he keeps
legs.
trying to like kind of jump and kind of because he can't, he's used to be able to just go vertically, and
Yeah.
he keeps just kind of, and that is the point where he kind of flops a little bit because he's just
falls
kind of
over.
yeah,
So,
and
you guys see Karzis walking around slowly, probably take like overly big steps from the knee, like
Mhm.
going through and just like trying to jump and like stays and just like falls, eats shit, rolls into the mud.
yeah. But
His
he
land
is a
legs.
scientist, so he's sort of methodically working his way of how to navigate this new like terrain. But it is sort of like
So
an
dry.
animalistic little like crawl right now. So.
Karzis, do a survival check. Let's see how well you're adapting to this.
Okay. Oh, I got a 19.
Oh, it's
Oh.
coming. Like you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like a
You've
fish in
exper-
water,
You've
but
experimented.
the opposite of that.
You've experimented enough. It's like a squirrel on land. You've
There you go.
experimented enough that you
Yeah.
like have your your scientific method down.
Mhm. And I
you're
do have
going
I have my
through-
notebook out. I'm making a lot of notes. I'm taking samples of just like grass and things because I've never seen any of this before.
Oh, you're seeing
So,
stuff
you know,
fly in the
yeah.
air. You're like, ugh! Like, there's like a pit, like a friggin' seagull going through and things. You're just like, what?
Oh God, airfish.
Raising up your wand and
Airfish.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see scales on it. Like, what is that? You're like, taking things in. Like, you
Mhm.
figured out walking okay. You'll be able to, but just like everything is new.
Yeah.
Everything is new.
And Karzis has read about the surface, so he
Mhm.
has a lot of like theory. Like he kind of like knows what a bird is. He kind of like knows the basics, but it's all theory. Like the practical of like there is dirt. New.
Mhm.
And now there's like wet dirt, so at least you're
Yeah.
kind of, like, one step closer. to
Artis
home
is just
with,
kind of like
sand.
rubbing himself with the mud to make himself feel better. Like,
All
it's
right.
nice and wet.
I'm just laying down, just
rolling around in it. Yeah, making mud angels.
All right, so you guys are going to try to rest, or are you going to try to book it to Barkhollow before it gets too
Let's
dark?
get to Barkhollow.
Just go to Barkhollow. It's a mile away. What? And
Yeah.
I don't feel that.
Yeah, Og can
this
carry
isn't this
Callista
isn't
if need be.
Nigel's hometown. We know the people here. We all know the people here.
Can we tell if the water has hurt any settlements visibly?
I would say, yeah. So Barkhollow is, kind of like a mansion and estate. It's kind of off by itself, so there aren't like outlying villages around it. There are definitely roads that go to it.
Yeah.
There may be like, a small house or like not necessarily settlement, but like a small-ish farm where it's just, I live here and I can grow these things here. And this is like my little self-sufficient
So
thing.
I think-
where we
but
landed, we
there's no,
haven't
like,
damaged
big-
anything major.
I think Prosperity
no,
was
no.
the closest
Okay.
town to
Yeah, no,
Barkhollow.
I
let's
would,
go to
I
Barkhollow.
wouldn't, I wouldn't do that to you guys. That's why I was like, cool, you're going to Barkhollow where?
Main
So,
hall.
yeah.
Inside the tree.
Yes. Inside the
Very
mother
funny.
tree.
All right. So what's the plan? Are you resting or
Barkhollow.
are you going? You're going?
Barkhollow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going.
Stop.
Are
out
you
some-
trying to summon animals to help you? Is Og carrying
Yes.
Callista? You guys just trudging along?
Yeah, I'll,
Animals.
Go for it.
Oh, Og's gonna, if we have a bit of downtime, Og's gonna take a closer look at the crap he just like scooped into his bag from the treasure room. Cause I know he got the candle, but he just kind of like scooped stuff. He wasn't really looking for anything like.
And if I remember
important.
right, I think you rolled a
So?
69 too, because we were all like,
eh,
It sounds like it.
Giant boar and
a giant weasel.
Thank God for that.
Ugh.
and a lion. Giant boar and a lion.
Yeah, I'm riding that weasel. Natch.
Ride the weasel.
Yeah.
Meh.
Are you riding the weasel? Or are you riding the weasel?
Riding the weasel.
God, fucking Polly Shore.
The weasel pops out and say, "Hey, buddy,
And that's what I'm riding.
you trying to get into
the
this
Polly Shore
town over
weasel."
here?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
He always talks about munching on something called grindage. You're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Maximum grindage.
Okay.
And Karzis is just immediately observing these new land creatures.
Oh, you're taking
Yeah.
mental notes of the
Mhm.
whole thing. Absolutely.
Karzis, you can ride the lion if you want to. I'll ride the
Okay.
boar.
And when you say ride,
Sit on its
And when you
back.
say lion,
yeah,
This furry one right here.
yeah. Karzis can just because like I said, he's still kind of goblin walking a little bit, sort of like, and then just kind of awkwardly clamoring on, like very slowly, just and not really sure because
just
underwater
kind of like
you can
laying
just grab
down on the
things
lion.
and-
Hang on to its
Yeah.
fur. Just
Yeah.
dig in there and hang on.
Yeah.
It won't
What's
hurt you.
fur? What's
Yeah.
what's fur?
Yeah, he's just
Um,
kind
Really
of
soft scales hanging off of it.
Yeah. He's looking for gills. How does this breathe?
Yeah.
How does this creature breathe?
I need to make gills for it?
Yeah. So you
Oh,
look in your
no.
bag and your like just swath of like throwing stuff into it. Actually, you look in and it's kind of like Mikey in the Goonies, where he takes open his like marble bag and pulls it
Oh,
open.
God.
And there's some pretty like sparkling gems in there. Like Og did pretty good with just like a quick. So there are a bunch of gems in there. You don't quite know how much they're worth. I'm gonna make a note of this because I just rolled for it. But they do look pretty darn valuable. So you think just kind of passive insight, like these are pretty and shiny. This might get
Okay.
Og some money. For Og. Okay. All right. So you guys are going. You're making it through. You're getting to Barkhollow. I mean, how long does it take to walk a mile? What, an hour? Like
What?
it's
Yeah.
10 minutes?
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
I mean, I
in
don't
your
think we're in
state?
any kind of
No.
rush.
Well, so
Ours
say
is
a half
roll
hour.
for falling off the lion.
Okay, what is
half
that?
Let's say we
let's
take
see,
our
a
Because I can
street?
run a
leisurely
mile
time.
and a
You're-
half in my.
Let's say it takes an hour.
stupid
That's a
age.
nice little
Yeah.
round, easy number. Cars just keeps falling
We
off
like-
and trying to like feel
We're still
everything
letting
along
Cars
the
just
way.
get his
Yeah.
land legs.
He's stopping and looking at every tree, you know,
Mm-hmm.
flower. Just like everything is new to him. So like you're constantly having to stop and be like, come on.
His pockets are
Um,
just filled with leaves and all manner of things are just sticking out at every.
Mhm.
He finds some of the dry ones and he's just like, ooh, ooh.
God, I hope
Um,
Cars doesn't find fecal samples somewhere.
Oh,
like, look
you
at this.
know it. Dude, every time the lion shits,
Cars
you
is
know
just
he's
sitting there like
scooping it
wrist
up.
deep in it.
You know he's
that up.
scooping it up. Samples,
Sorry,
free
Lacey.
samples.
Let me put that in my
Sample.
inventory. Lion
So-
shit.
With the lion ships tonight.
So you guys get through. It's getting dark. You finally make it to like that open entrance and the road into Barkhollow that you guys have come accustomed to. You see kind of some, well, it's a lot. Well, throw perception checks for me. I'm giving you this free shit. Just throw me perception checks.
19.
19,
22.
22,
Got a 15.
Crit fail.
15,
14.
crit fail. Cliss is picking at the scabs already forming on her leg.
Feeding them to my boar.
Looking at it like, it'll grow back, right?
It's still good. It's still good.
It's still
like-
good.
I'm
Trying
like
to
a
keep
lizard.
it fresh. Make sure the blood flow is still good. So the nerve endings are still. Yeah, you guys notice as you're coming up that Barkhollow is pretty like, well, like that Elia has her shack. There's the blacksmith's quarters. There's the mother tree. Like all this stuff. There's the stables. So there's usually something going on, and it's pretty well lit. The houses are lit up. There are torches, everything. It looks pretty damn dark, like just kind of all around when you guys are coming up. And you hear so imagine, so those of you that have played Red Dead Redemption 2, that like main like estate that you go into, there's like that really long road that's like lined with all those singular trees right before you get to the main area, but you can like see the fields and everything else around it. That's what I imagine when I think of Barkhollow. So you're coming up this main route, right? And it's fairly open. There is some like foliage and brush and forest and bushes and things like that. A little bit further back, not too far, like maybe like, I don't know, 30 feet or so. And it's just this like straight kind of path up to Barkhollow. You guys are making your way up there, and it just you can immediately be like, something's a little different. Like you would expect to have seen a lot more stuff going on and just a little more life in the house and area around. As you get a little closer, and what was it, 1922 was the highest? You guys start hearing some stuff moving around in the bushes on either sides of you, and some noises that sound more like animalistic, like growling and huffing.
Hello?
Or go check it out and I hop off the boar.
Or go check it out.
Nigel's just
All right.
Ogle back Callista up.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I'll-
it.
I'll
Had it on the dirt
follow.
ground.
Karzus will follow along just to see another new thing.
Following the boar.
Yeah.
Okay. The boar starts going toward. Where do you want to do the left bushes or right bushes? Because there are things coming from both sides of you guys. Right bushes. The boar goes through there. He just starts like trotting up and going through. And he gets really close to the bushes there, and you see some figures dart out of the bushes. There are about 6 of them, just lay right into the boar from all sides and just start tearing him apart.
My buddy, stop that!
From the other side, you hear rustling and you see some other beasts and figures come out of that way. And they're about, again, the same, like six, maybe 8 of them. They are kind of varying shapes. Some look like wolves, some look like hyenas, but just very kind of bestial and predatory. They start coming out there, and they kind of form a circle around you guys. As that is happening, there is the boar gets torn apart. It kind of goes away into existence. Once it is gone, all the bees kind of stop and like turn their attention to you guys and start like ending the circle. As they do that and you are in this circle, there is a larger figure that comes out from the bushes a little further ahead that goes straight in the middle of the path and starts making its way closer to you guys. It is much, much larger. It is on 4 legs. It has a tail that is very long and it gets very thin at the end, is kind of whipping around and comes to a point. As it gets closer, you see that it has multiple heads. And it does have what you think are wings on its back. And it is just getting a little closer as it comes up to you. And as it gets about 30 feet away from you guys, it kind of stops, and like each head is looking at each of you individually, and it gets a little bit closer to you guys, like another 10 feet. But very slowly. It's not snarling or doing anything else. As it's getting closer, all of the beasts that were around you that were kind of defensive and on high alert start to like lower their lips. They're not showing their fangs anymore. They are still watching all of you guys. Primarily, they're looking at, you notice that a lot of them are staring at Karzus and this lion. And as this thing gets a little bit closer, it's about 10 feet away, it starts to kind of change and alter. It is the wings start to kind of go back and go into its body. All the heads kind of shift and start going back into one head. As it's walking, it kind of starts to come up a little bit, and the feet, the forelimbs start to kind of come up back here and kind of form arms on the side. And as it gets closer and starts to change shape, it turns into this figure that's about 7.5 feet tall. And as it comes closer to you guys and it catches the moonlight, you do see a face that you do recognize. It's been a while since you've seen it. Big old mutton chops, very gentle face, hat on its head. And he looks at you guys, and you notice that it's Handsome. And he just says, "Hey guys."
Handsome, you scared the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
did
me
you
at
hurt my
least.
boar?
Karzus has no concept that this is strange. He just assumes that this is all completely normal. And he's like, you know what? I've read about this. I've got this. Okay. He steps forward, says,
Oh God.
hello, and then just extends his hand. Nice to meet you.
I don't know. Hi. I don't know where you guys have been. There's been a lot that's happened, and we need you to talk to Fablin right now.
Okay, can you help me with this leg situation? I seem to have lost it.
No, Nigel has it in his hat.
Yeah, I got your head.
Could you reattach my leg by chance?
I don't know.
That's okay, Handsome. That's okay. Let's take us to
know.
Fablin.
Okay. It's good to see you guys. Hey,
Great to see you.
too.
did you?
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you find Snail? And
We're
we'll
still
end it
looking.
right
Not
there.
yet.
I used to have a giant flail snail as my the horse
Wait.
to my cart that
Yeah.
we kind of stole from a fantasy version of the
We
Fast
rescued him.
rescued from a fantasy Fast and Furious.
We should find Snail next.
Callista
Yeah,
has
right.
a deep ingrained just desire to liberate things that maybe don't need liberating, and then it doesn't end up well for said creatures.
Wanna
So
free
it's
them
kind of
all.
an ongoing theme with flail snails and kobolds, and maybe something else in the future. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys got out of the underwater level of
Finally.
this Super Mario game. You guys are back at Barkhollow after ditching Arcove. Aaron, who knows? Any of the other
again,
Tritons?
we-
Arcove, who knows?
Who knows?
You're back.
Yeah.
You're right back.
Yeah, originally
at
I was thinking maybe
Barkhollow.
we should portal to just like the main city of Arcove, but
Fine.
Yeah.
We'll
feels like
find out
that's not
next time.
outside of danger zone.
Once
You
we-
will
There's no
find out
next time.
time.
We've left our cope. We're not looking back.
Cars just may
Nope.
want to go back at some point.
Yeah, I feel like though